Hey guys, welcome back. It is mid-March and we already have plants in the ground out in the raised beds, but I did in mid-February start some seeds in trays and I wanted to talk to you about that. This is not something I normally do, starting seedlings in trays. I often find myself planting my garden way too late in the spring. Maybe you're like me. So this is not going to be a strict tutorial for you on how to start seedlings in trays, but just more a documentation of what I did this year. If you are in Austin and starting from seed, the ideal time for most of your vegetables is around Christmas or the first of the year. I'll put a link to the Austin planting calendar in the video description. Here in Austin, we are in hardiness zone 8. Our first frost day is November 5th. And our last frost day is February 17th. It has been very warm here recently in Austin, Texas. Today it got up to 83 degrees. The low tonight is 66. Although in the past couple weeks we have had a few nights with lows in the 40s and 50s. For these seedlings, I am using a basic organic seed starting mix that contains peat moss, coconut coir, and vermiculite, and 40 cell seed starting trays. I had all my seeds laid out and I sorted what I wanted to put in these seed starting trays, ones that were easy to transplant versus one that would be direct sowing into the raised beds. But a lot of the seeds that I have still are very old. Some of them I bought back in 2020 and I wasn't sure how many would actually germinate this time around. Basic things to remember when you're planting from seed: pre-moisten your seed starting mix. Make sure you have your labels ready to go as well. In each cell I created a hole that was at the depth required for each seed. Remember, some of them you sow very close to the surface. Some of them need to be a 1/4 inch down or more. Once all of the seeds are placed, then we go ahead and top it off with a little bit more of the seed starting mix and wet that down as well. Make sure we have good contact between the seed, the soil, and that it gets nice and moist. I do have the domes to make sure that the humidity remains within the seed starting trays. The house was around 70 degrees, so adequate for getting most of these seeds started without any problem. Maybe next time I will try a heat mat. A lot of people use these electric mats underneath their trays to speed up the germination, and some seeds actually require higher temperatures than the low 70s to get off to a good start. But this time around, I'm taking my chances without the heat mat. Now we fast forward from February 20th to March 9th, and you can see that almost everything came up very well. I had a couple of the herbs that did not come up. I don't know if that was due to old seeds or the lack of the heat map. In addition, the peppers did not germinate, but I understand that they sometimes require warmer temperatures, so maybe I will try a heat mat on those next time around. The germination rate on these old seeds was way higher than I expected, so I have a lot more plants than I need. I'm going to get these seedlings moved out of these small containers into larger containers, see if I can sell or give away some of the plants, and we'll get the rest moved into the raised beds or into a larger container, which will be their permanent home for the season. We'll go over all of that in an upcoming video and get you out in the garden and show you how the raised beds are coming along. Until then, happy gardening, and I will see you on the next one.